Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, yesterday was an adventure to say the least when I got off the cruise ship in Los Angeles. Wow, where I thought there would be a big delay, clear sailing. Where I thought there'd be pretty clear sailing, ridiculous delay, and I mean ridiculous. So I'm sure a lot of people have heard news stories like this and they just kind of fade out and just let it go by. News stories like, 200 million people where information was hacked from this cruise line, or 1 billion people's information was stolen from the dark web on this site. And you think nothing of it except for one thing. That may be your information. That's right, because every time you search the web, you have data brokers out there who are targeting people. If you're looking for a car, you're looking for clothes, you're looking for a house, you're just looking for a camera, anything, every time you search the web, all these data brokers are saving that information. They're collecting that information and they are selling it to advertisers and people who are looking to sell you stuff. That's why when you search for something, next thing you see all the advertisements when you're searching is that thing that you were searching all of a sudden, right? It's crazy, but unfortunately, they also can be sold to the dark web or even broken into. Recently, over 3 billion people's information was stolen from somebody on the dark web. So you want to get off these mailing lists. I don't know how to do it. Do you know how to do it? Well, Incogni knows how to do it. They will contact these data brokers and they will get you off that list. And they will continue to monitor to make sure they don't sneakily put you back on those lists. And every time a new mailing list kind of pops in, they will get you off that list as well. It'll cut down on your spam and it'll keep your private information much more secure and off the dark web. You don't want to be one of those stories of people having all their information leaked because of a data breach. So if you'd like to secure your information, why not give Incogni a try? You can use my code FAMILY or the QR code right here, the link down below, and get 60% off your subscription. I like protecting my privacy, and I'm sure you will too. So let me tell you about my adventure, shall we say. I was to go downstairs around 8 o'clock to my waiting area. I booked a shuttle from the cruise port to the airport. My flight was not supposed to leave LA until 1:30. So I have 5.5 hours to get to LA. No problem, right? Should be plenty of time. Go down, waiting in the lounge. They start, first of all, the whole piazza is just crowded with people with luggage because customs has not cleared us to land yet. They are way behind. They have not even taken off a single piece of luggage.
Because if I send you off the ship, your luggage might not be ready outside, and you will be waiting in the terminal where there's no place to sit. As soon we have clearance for any of the color groups, I will let you know.
Great. All right. And so, yeah, fun. So I go into my lounge that I'm supposed to wait for, and I'm sitting there, and they're still doing walk-offs. They're doing walk-offs. And eventually, I get off the ship around 8:15. So about an hour and 15 minutes after our scheduled time to depart. Okay, they're running behind, no problem. I still have lots of time to get to the airport. And then we go downstairs. I find my bag right away. Bam, there it is. Go get in line. And now there's 4 lines. There's one line over on this left-hand side that looks like it's only for people who have wheelchairs or they have somebody escorting them with a cart, one of the porters. And so they got a whole line, and it's a big long line, but they're sending us to this other line. So we go around to this other line and I get in line, and there's 2 lines there. Technically 3, but it starts out as 2. One for US citizens with a US passport, or a driver's license, and the other for non-US citizen passports. Okay, I get in the line because I'm Canadian, I get in the line with my Canadian line-up passport, and I'm standing there, and this line on the left, and by the way, I met some very nice ladies there who work there and everything, and this is not on them. They had nothing to do with this. They were just telling people where to go and in line. This is all customs. This is all customs. And so I'm standing in line and I'm chatting with some people around me and everything because we're all wondering why our line hasn't moved in about 15 minutes, yet the other line on the left-hand side was moving quite considerably, and so was the line with the porters on the other side. Well, 15 minutes turned into a half hour, turned into an hour, turned into an hour and a half. So it's been about an hour now since we got our luggage, and they have two lines going here. US passports in this line, non-US passports in this line. About 1,000 people have gone through in this line, and about one person has gone through in this line. We have been standing in this spot for an hour and haven't moved at all. I don't even think there's somebody working up there. And I'm going, what the heck is going on? And the ladies were trying to say, well, you know, sometimes for this line, they only have like one person up there working. And if they go for break, there's nobody to replace them. And I'm going, well, it's, you know, they just started at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's only 9. Did they go on break, 9:30? Did they go on break already? Because our line hasn't budged, has not budged. In fact, the couple in front of me were worried about catching up to their parents who were already in line. They did a walk-off and they were already in line, yet we could still see them up at the front, not at the very, very front, but, you know, way, way closer than we were, and they were still in line. And they left the ship about an hour before these folks did, and they were still standing there. If you think I'm exaggerating, watch the line go.
That's painful to watch, isn't it?
Do you see me moving? Do you see anybody in this line moving? No. So we're watching this line zip past us the whole time. And then they split that line into two. And the line into one was for people with passports, one was for people with only a driver's license or birth certificate further up. So now there's two lines going through with one longer line. And we're watching, and I'm not kidding you folks, they did every single passenger in those other two lines before they started one passenger in this line. Which means they unloaded about 3,500 people before they took anybody with a foreign passport. That is absolutely ridiculous. And just in case you're wondering, if it took any longer to go through somebody with a foreign passport than it did somebody with an American passport, or it took longer if you had a driver's license or a birth certificate than it did for us with a passport. I literally walked up, handed him my passport, he looked at it, said, how was my cruise? I said, it was terrific. He says, do you mind if I take your picture? This is a government phone, it's not my phone. I said, yeah, no problem. Took my picture, said, thank you very much, sir. Here's your passport. And I was through. So why did they not just have everybody go through? Or why did they not have at least one kiosk open for people with a foreign passport? It was unbelievably ridiculous to do it this way. To have people stand up, and we're talking there's some 80 and 90-year-old people standing up for over an hour and a half in line with their luggage in the terminal and we're just watching everybody walk by you. I don't get it. I don't understand the logic of this whole situation. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.